Yeah. Uh, Hi everyone. So welcome back to the channel. So as a part of Core Java, so today we are going to be discuss about uh, methods. So a multi methods in a single class. So how we can create a method, how we can call that method, and we'll give more details about the method. So I'll give a note on that. So, and again, we have a multi classes that we already discussed in the last session. So, as a part of this session, so I'll give some definitions. Okay, so what is a multi-class? So those definitions. Okay, I'll give a note. Okay, so let me go to the Eclipse. I'll create a new class. Okay, and you know, right, how to create a Java file. Okay, so just click on this package, right click, and then there you can find a new, and you can find a class here. Okay, just click on that. So a pop-up it will open, so you can give a class name here. So this is a nothing but like a file name as well as it is a class name. Okay, so here I will give something methods, demo methods I will give. Okay, just a finish. You can see, so it is created. Okay, so .java file as well as class it is created with the same name, whatever that .java file name and as well and this class name it is same. Okay, what we can do, so here inside this demo method class we will write a main method. Okay, so you know, right, so how to create a main method. So we have a set of keywords, we have to use those keywords to create a main method. Public static void main. Okay, and string args. Okay, this is the main method. Okay, and inside this main method, so we have a set of statements. So basically we can say something instructions inside this main method. So what I will do, I'll take a simple println so that it going to be print in the console. So system dot out dot println hello world. Okay, so instead of taking this hello world, what I will do, I'll take something main method start main method. Okay, another statement I will write inside this main method. Okay, system dot out dot println. Okay, so end main method. Okay, so this is the main method where it have a multiple statements. Okay, we have two statements, right? One is this one start main method, and one more is something end main method. Okay, so we have two statements inside this main method. Okay, so if you execute this one, what it will happen, it will print start main method and it will print end main method. So step by step, first it will execute, next this it will execute. So let me run this. You can see. uh, okay. mm, just give me, I'll do control s. um it is triggering something different file. Run. Okay, see here you can find, right, start main method, end main method. Okay, so we have a start main method and end main method. What I will do, I'll create another method. Okay, so after this method, I'm creating another method. Okay, public static void m1 I will take. Okay, again, okay, inside this m1 method, we can write a many statements. Okay, I'll create a two statements inside this m1 method. System dot out dot println. Okay, m1 start. mm, Okay, So system dot out dot println m2 start. We can say end. Okay, m1 start, m1 m1 end. Okay, so this is something another m1 method. Okay, we have a main method. Okay, next we have a m1 method. I will execute. Okay, so can we tell before executing this, can we say what it will print? So it will print, okay, start main method, end main method. Is it going to be print m1 also, m1 start, m1 end? Okay, so according to the Java, okay, so we have a main method. What it will do, okay, at compile time it will check for the syntax. At runtime, what it will happen, it will check for the main method. Okay, we have a main method. So main method, if it is there, okay, whatever the statements that it is going to be execute from the main method. Okay, we have a two statements, this it going to be print. What about this m1? It won't be execute because it is not there inside the main method. If it is there inside this main method, then that time it will going to be execute. Let run this one. We'll check, see, so it is running only the main method. So these two statements only it is going to be print here. So what we have to do, okay, if you want execute this m1 method, then what we can do, inside this main method only, okay, we have to call m1 method. So how to call this m1 method? Just to say something like that. Okay, m1, you got it right. First what it will happen, so compiler it will check all the syntax. If it is everything is fine, so at runtime main method it will check. If it is main method is there, then go inside this main method and execute every step. Say every statement. First this it is going to be execute, next this one, next it will come to the m1 part. So m1 part, so we are calling m1 method here. Okay, so how we can call this m1? Okay, we have to use m1 and then parenthesis ends with a semicolon. So ends with a semicolon is nothing but like a end that statement. You can see everywhere I kept this semicolon, you can see. Okay, so this statement it will end here. Next a new statement it will start again. So if you give this semicolon, it will end here. Again, it will start new one. Again, if you give, it will end here. Okay. So how you can call this method, m1 method? You can say something m1, okay, parenthesis, open and close. Now I will run. See what will happen? First this will execute, next this one, next m1 it will call. It will go inside. What it is there inside this m1 method? This one first. Next, this one. Got it right? Suppose I'll remove this, I'll keep here. Now what is the output? Okay, output will be the something. It will call m1 method. Okay, so it will search. So m1 method implementation is there or not? It is there here. Okay, what it will happen? It will go inside this m1 method and it will execute this one. Next, this one. And there is nothing is there to execute after this. Okay, what will happen? It will return back to the this place. Next, it goes back to the it goes next to the this system.out.println. Next, this one. It will be something like that. Okay. So if I will run now, what is the output? M1 start, M1 end, and then next step is start main method, end main method. Okay. See, suppose I'll remove this. Okay. I'll keep here. So what is the output now? So the main method it will execute. Okay. So first this statement. Okay. Next m1 method. Okay, m1 method. So it will search for the implementation. Where is the m1 implementation? Here it is. Okay. So if it is there, then it will get inside this m1 method and it will execute every statement. Once the everything is completed, it will return back to this position. Okay, next this statement. What is the output now? Start main method. Okay, m1 start, m1 end, and after that this one. Let's see. Okay, this is something. So method. Okay, so method is nothing but like a, okay, so reusable. Okay, so something I want to reuse this, some code. Okay, some snippet code, so I want to reuse many times. Then that time we can create like this, and you can call that here. Suppose I want to use this m1, okay, 10 times. Okay, so then what I will do, I'll keep here. Okay, like this. See, so you can see if you execute this one, what it will happen, it will execute like this. So reusing, we are implementing here something. Okay, and we are using only the m1 method in many times. See, we are not highlighting this code directly, we are calling this one to avoid this implementation. Got it, right? So if you want to note it down this, you can note it down. So I'll go to the definition part. Mm, So I'll give some details about this method. Okay, you can note it down. Method. So what is a method? First point. So method is a set of statements or instructions written for a specific task. Okay, this is the first point. Next point is methods are created within class. Okay, one class have a many methods. The first point, okay, if you observe the first point, what it is saying, method is a set of statements, as I told, right? See, method have a set of statements. These are the statements. Set of means group of statements. Okay, so it is written for the specific task. Okay, so my task is to print something in the console. That is a task, specific task. Okay, so next point is the methods are created within a class. Okay, if you observe where I created the methods, someone method and main method inside the class. This is the inside the class. Okay, so inside this curly braces, in the sense inside this class. Okay, outside of this class, if you try to create, it will throw some error. Okay, so and one class have a many methods. If you see, so this is a one class. I have a main method, m1 method, and also I can create a many other methods like m2, m3, m4, like that. You can create a multiple methods. So next point is, when a Java class is executed using Java class name, so JRE JRE will search or will call main method. You got it, right? I told you, right? Many times I told. Okay, so whenever you are running, okay, a Java class, okay, so Java class is nothing but like this one. If you extend this one, you can find this is a class. Okay, so this is a class dot class file. Okay, so when you are running that file, what it will do, JARE, it will search for the main method. So basically, so next, so always execution starts from main method. This also I told you, right? During giving that program, during writing that program, I told, okay, so always execution, it will start from the main method. Okay, so first it will search for the main method. If it is main method is present, it will go inside and it will execute all the statements. That's it, and it will exit from the code. And one more point, other methods are executed when they are called. Okay, so this point also we covered as part of our program. See here, M1 method I created. Okay, here. So that implementation, M1 method implementation is done here. But how it will execute when you call this method inside the main method, then that time only it will execute. See here, I called here. This is a something we can say calling method. So the below one is a something you can say method implementation. Okay, so this is something like that. So next point we'll see methods can be called from any method. Okay, can be called from any method. Okay, so this point I didn't cover in the program. Let's see. Suppose I have another method, static void m2 method. Something I'll give, just I'll copy this one. So instead of m1, m2 will give, okay, see, 2, okay. So you can see, so m1, m2 is there. So as a part of, okay, our program, if you see in the main method, we called only the m1 method. M2 method we didn't call. Then m2 method, it won't execute. Okay. So but what I will do, this m2 where I will call, okay, I won't call inside the main method. I will call inside the m1 method. See here, what it will happen. So first execution, it will start from the main method. First this is going to be print. Next m1. Okay, m1 means it is calling m1 method. Just remove this. So for a better view. Okay, see m1 method it will call. Okay, so m1 method where it is? This is the m1 method, right? Go inside the m1 method and print m1 start. Next what it will happen? M2. Where is the M2 implementation? I told you, right? This is something method calling. So, but we have to search for the implementation. We no need to search. Okay, compiler or JRE, it will search for this. Okay, see here we have M2 implementation. Okay, so this will execute. So after executing, it will return back to the M2. Next, this it is going to be execute. Once this is done, return back to the main method. Okay, and this is going to be execute. So what now, what is the output? Start main method, m1 method is calling, go inside the m1 method, m1 start. Okay, next m2 calling, m2 start, m2 end. Next come back to the m1 method and m1 end, go back to the main method. Okay, so next end main method. This is a something output. Let's see. Got it, right? Start main method, m1 is executed, m2 two times, m1 end main method. Okay, so calling this m1 inside the main method. So m2 we are calling inside the m1 method. So calling one method in another method, we can say. Method can be called from any method. So this is something like that. Okay. So next point we'll see some interviews they will ask is that main method is compulsory for compilation. For okay, so this is something question. So you can say no. So main method it will search only in the at the JRE time, not at compile time. So that you can say. So next question. These are like a tricky questions they will ask. Is that main method is mandatory for execution? We can people will ask question again. Yes, we can say. Okay, so for execution, it is mandatory. Otherwise, it will search for the main method and it will throw some runtime exception. Okay, so you got it right. These two interview questions, just note it down. Okay, so these two they will ask. So this is all about methods. Okay, we learned okay how to create a multi methods and calling one method in another method, that also we learned. Okay, so these are the definitions, some points about the method. Okay, apart from these, okay, so no one will ask anything, so you'll get mostly from these points only. So mostly if you learn the program, okay, from there itself you can define all the points, so you no need to by heart these points and all. So just go and create some program. From here only you can say something. Now you can create your own points. Okay, so see, we can say one point. So we can create all the methods. Okay, inside the class. Outside of a class, we can't create a methods. Okay, we can call one method in another method. We are calling right already. And one method we are calling inside the main method. Something in another method. Okay, and we can say so every method okay having set of instructions or statements. These are the set of instructions or statements. So this everything you can cover if you know the program. Okay, so this is all about a method, and we have a multi classes. Okay, this multi classes already we learned in the previous session. So even though I'll give some points about these multi classes. Okay, so just I'll go to the note. Um, so multiple classes in Java file. Okay, so first point is something. Classes can be created with public keyword or without public keyword. So next, in Java file maximum, we can write one public class. Okay, and we can say uh, one file can have many number or any number of, we can say any number of non-public classes. Got it right? The first point is nothing but like okay, classes can execute with the public keyword. You can see the program. So multi classes, So if you observe here, we have only the one public class here. So we can create, okay, so the class with the public or without the public. But one thing you have to observe, okay, I have two classes here. One is a B, one is a multi-class. Two classes, okay. So for any of these two should have only a single public. If you try to give this public, okay, for two or more than two, not more than two, more than one. If you try to give a public more than one, then it will give us some exception or error. Okay, suppose I'll remove this. Okay, so now you can see. Okay, so in a .java file can have a multiple, okay, non-public classes. Okay, now you can see there is no public here and here. If you try to run, see multi-class B class, okay, multi-class and a B class, both are executing. Why? Because I'm calling here, right? That's why it is executing. If you remove this one, it will execute only one multi-class. Okay, suppose I will give this as a public. See, there is a something error. I told you, right, in the previous class, if you see, okay, so if a class name and the file name are are same, okay, so see multiple class and the file name, okay, so both are same, then we should must maintain this class as a public, otherwise it will give some error. See here it is getting red color error. Okay, error it is there. Public type B must be defined in its own file. Means we have to define this file as a b.java. Otherwise it will give as a error. Okay, so if there is a something class is there, okay, class name and file name both are same, then we have to declare that class as a public. Okay, so if you try to give that public to other classes, it won't accept. Now see, it will accept. Okay, but that public should have only to this file, this class, not for this class, because of this file name and the class name. Okay, public. So this is a keyword, right? You can say class can be created with the public keyword or without public keyword. I removed here and executed. It is not throwing any error. See. Okay. So in Java file, maximum we can write one public class. Okay. So here we have only one public. If you try to create another public here, it will throw error. See, it is giving some error. So we should remove this. Okay. Should have only one public. One file can have any number of non-public classes. Non-public classes mean the sense without public keyword. I told you, right? I removed here and I showed, right? So you have a multiple classes which doesn't have a public keyword. Okay, so that what here saying. Okay, so next point is if a Java file contains public class, then file name should be same as a public class name. You got it, right? I told you, right, this point. Okay, if a Java file contains a public class, okay, so this is a Java file which is having a class, public class. This is a public class. Okay, so public class, then file name should be same as a public class name. Okay, file name and the class name should be same. Suppose if I have a public here, then maintain this class name and file name same. Otherwise, it will throw error. You got it, right? So class name and file name should be same if you are using a public keyword. Okay, so next point I'll give, when a Java file is compiled, compiler generate generates a class file for each class. When Java file is compiled, compiler generates class file. I told you, right? After compiling, it will generate dot class file. Okay. So same thing. When Java file is compiled, when it is compiled, after compiling, it will generate a class file for each class. Suppose I have a two classes. Before I called right here this B class. Okay. So something like that. That's why it is creating a multi-classes. See, suppose, so this multi-class.java file, okay, as a compiled. I run from here, right? Just right click and run. You can run from here. Otherwise, see. So that time, what it suppose I'll delete both. Okay, so you can observe delete. Okay, this also I'll delete. It will create. No need to worry. Okay, two classes removed. Okay. I think that file also removed. Let's say we'll create a new file, no issues on that. Class, something I'll give a test02. Okay, public static void main string aux. Same thing I'll create in down, but this is something 3. Okay, so if you see test2, see, already it is creating. We no need to compile. Okay. So directly it is creating. See. So it will create all these classes. Suppose I'll remove the static. Void also I'll remove. See, it is giving error. In this sense, already it is compiled. Okay. Already it is compiled. No need of another step to compile. Okay. So it is able to compile here itself. After compiling, it is generating these files. Okay, just control S if you do, it will automatically it will create. Suppose I'll take another one. So I'll take 4. See, it is able to take that. If I'll take 5, see, it is taking, it is changing. Okay, you got it right. I'll remove this. We have only one. You can see multiple classes it is creating here. Okay, so the point is about that. Okay, so just I'll show you the diagram how it will look like. I'll open the paint. Okay, we have a file called as a.java file, and inside this a.java we have a different uh, code is there inside this a.java. Okay, different code in the sense like we have a multiple classes inside this a.java, like I created here, right? We have multiple classes. So like that it have a code. Okay, so what it will happen? Okay, so once it is getting compiled, it will create a multiple classes. So like a dot class files, it will create a multiple. You can say this is a one dot java, sorry, dot class, another. How many classes that you introduced in this a dot java file, that many dot class file it will create. Okay, so here it is something you can say first a dot java, not a dot java, a dot class. Next again here a dot b dot class files. These are the files that it going to be create. Okay. Mm, okay. So here also c dot class. Okay. So just I'll give here as so this is something compile. Okay, so you got it right. In a.java, it have a three classes: a class, b class, c class. Okay, so once you will get compile this a.java file, it will create a dot class files a, b, c. This already we discussed in the compiler structure. Okay, so this is not a new concept that we are discussing now. So this is all about this multi classes. Okay, so as a part of the sessions everything we covered. Okay, so we'll see in the next session so what going to be covered. Okay, that I will discuss in the next session. Okay, so please do subscribe and like. Okay, thank you.